Which is better, DoorDash's earn per offer with a $3 peak pay per order, or their earn by time with a really record-breaking $6 per hour peak pay? Well, the pay for one of those just changed a couple of days ago. I'm going to keep you in the know because I think now possibly it's closer than ever. So let's answer that question. Which one is best to drive on as a DoorDash Dasher? Is it the regular earn by order, or is it earn by time? So the earn by time shown here when we first noticed it here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, was introduced Q3 2022 at $12.25 per hour plus customer tips and any promotional pay. Comment down below what your current earn by time hourly, it's the base pay also before tips and before promotional pay. That's going to be the same across any market, but the base pay is not going to be the same. So what is it right now? Now, Q1 of this year, that was increased again here in Pittsburgh to $13.50. Again, just a couple of days ago, we noticed that this was increased yet again, a second time from $13.50 to now $16.50. Crossed out in gray because there's hourly peak pay, but $16.50 here in Pittsburgh. So now that you're up to speed with the update to earn by time, let's go over the pros and cons of both options for you. Earn per order, the pros, there's no time commitments. So to get the full base pay on earn by time, I got to have, 60 minutes, an hour of active time. That's when I accept an order to when I finish that delivery. That's active time versus dash time. I'm just online, but not necessarily on an assignment. On earn per order, I might make more money. Yeah, which you would think answers the question right there, but not really. So with earn per order, look at the example again. There's $3 peak pay per order, but $6 hourly guarantees on earn by time. But think about this. If I'm doing 3 deliveries, basically the more deliveries I do, the more it chops up that $6 guarantee per hour. Because if I'm doing 3 deliveries, it's in essence $2 per delivery. If I'm doing 2 deliveries on that $6 hourly rate, obviously that equates to $3 per delivery. Earn per order, if it is $3 peak pay, just flat out per offer, then I could make more money the more orders that I do in that hour. So 2 deliveries, it's the same at, $6 total, $3 peak pay per delivery. But if I'm doing 3 deliveries in that hour, which is very doable, then there's $9 in bonus pay for that hour. Another pro of earn per order is there's unlimited declines. So let me ask you, this is kind of what we talked about with priority access, which is accept more, earn more, that could you get by with just 1 decline per hour? Obviously, you don't have to worry about that on earn per order. And then really the only con I can think of, comment down below if there's other cons to earn per order, but there's no guaranteed pay. I mean, it makes sense, right? So there's hopefully peak pay, but I can't guarantee, it's going to be busy. I can't guarantee I'm going to finish that hour making blank, whatever it is. Turning our attention to earn by time, starting with the pros, then there is that guarantee of pay. And it is truly base pay before customer tips and before promotions, aka peak pay. We heard from Dashers that their base pay per hour is $11 to here in Pittsburgh, $16.50. So if you're at the lower rate of $11, $12, $13 on base pay, you're going to have to count on really some hopefully peak pay, the hourly now peak pay, and of course, customer tips to hit the $25 an hour. That's our channel goal for you. We'll look closer at that example here in Pittsburgh on the right. So I have $16.50 base, a $6 per hour guarantee. So my starting point is $22.50 per hour. So literally, all I need is one $2.50 tip in the entire hour, and I'm hitting the goal of $25 an hour. It seems pretty easy, right? Well, it seems easy, but again, dude, you have what seems to be some of the highest base pay on earn by time that we've seen. Again, comment down below so we can compare and contrast. But the cons are very real. Like I talked about already, 1 decline per hour. So if you're rolling, if you're in the power strips, those are areas that are really dense with restaurants. What happens if you get that Arby's that is, I don't even care, what is it, like $6, let's say, for 12 miles, kind of the opposite of what we want. We want $6 for 3 miles or less, $2 plus per mile, ideally. Another con of Earn by Time, get this, is they might have lower tips. And that's not me speculating. That's not other drivers commenting what they think they're seeing. That is DoorDash literally saying, hey, by the way, these orders might have lower tips. These orders on Earn by Time might be less desirable. So we already saw peak pay might not be available. We saw for sure that tips may be lower. What about the margin? You know, that $6 12-mile order I talked about. Is the app sending the lesser either tipping orders? I think yes. But what about the margin orders, like the really bad, far away, or at least farther away orders? Are the drivers going for the hourly guarantee seeing more of those? I kind of relate that between you and me. I relate that to Trip Radar on Uber Eats, because on Trip Radar, they're just kind of spidering that order out to as many drivers as they can in the area, and they tend to be really bad. I don't even think I've accepted one Trip Radar because they're so bad. Verdict. Here's my updated use case for both of these. Earn by order. I think it still has the edge that, yes, hopefully you're still getting peak pay. Hopefully you're not seeing tapering peak pay, which is what we talked about, maybe a warning for Q3, Q4 this year. But again, hopefully you're seeing peak pay, because if you go for the hourly, it's that one decline. And here's the thing. I would not sacrifice your earnings for just accepting orders on Earn by Time, because you have to, because it's like, I can only decline once per hour. Don't sacrifice your margins just trying to get that guaranteed pay. Earn by Time, I still think it's best for either super slow days. So if there's nothing going on, like, well, I'll make more money, because that's all this comes down to, right? The math. I'll make more money going for the hourly guarantee. Hopefully I'll still get tips. Ideally, I'll get tips and good hourly peak pay. Here's another thing I was thinking about, updated really after this most recent pay change on Earn by Time, is it might also be good for extremely busy days. And here's how you'd use it. If it's really busy when you're driving and you're staying in the power strips, not necessarily out in the suburbs, because those customers tend to be further away from the pickup zones. So you'll have farther trips in the suburbs. But in the metro, or at least more dense power strips, you might be okay. Why? Because there's already a lot of orders going on in that zone. So the customers that are on the outskirts, there's a less of a chance that you'd get pinged for that customer that's way out there, because there's a lot of Dashers online that you won't know, but you got to use your best judgment of when's the busiest time to drive. That is something specifically we're going to have to test. And if you've been driving on this Earn by Time, especially in the last month or so, let us know how it is versus the Earn by Order, because I truly feel like it's never been closer as far as which one is going to make you more money. But again, I'm leaning towards still Earn by Order, because I'm concerned about the lower or the lesser tipping orders if you're going to get hourly peak pay guarantees, and the margin orders, are you going to see more of those? And again, if you get an awful order, you've already declined once, don't sacrifice your shift. Just going for the guarantee for that $6 12-mile order that's going to be a waste of your time. I would decline it, and I would have it switch back over to Earn by Order.